Hello, good evening and welcome to News at 10 on TV3 with me, Martin Siedu Date. Here are the major news highlights for today. Fisher folk in Sekondi have declared their unflinching support for the fight against Galamsey. According to them, Galamsey activities in the Pra River has affected fishing in the area. The polluted Pra River has turned the entire seawater in the estuary at the Shama area in the western region to completely brown color. Mango farmers in the Kintampo North municipality stand the risk of losing their harvest this year as a result of massive attack on their farms by a bacterial disease known as the mango bacterial black spot. The farmers are therefore calling for assistance to undertake mass spraying since they are financially handicapped to carry out such an exercise by themselves. And still on farming, however, some farmers at Gomoa Ochereko in the central region are worried over the poor state of the Ochereko Dam. According to them, farming activity might be affected if the effort is not made to level the dam site, which has been destroyed by sand winning. A Deputy Minister of Health, Tina Mensah, has underscored the possibility of achieving an AIDS-free generation through safe blood transfusion. The Blood Safety Information System is an electronic information management system developed by the United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention. She was speaking at the launch of the Blood Safety Information System here in Accra. And 5 forest and wildlife reserves serving as tourist attraction centers in the Seshioso area of the western region continue to be under threat of farming and chainsaw operations. A joint military and police timber monitoring task force has been unsuccessful in curtailing the situation. And some elders of the Anoche royal family at Ewukugwa Ekuapem want an effective collaboration with the Menchia Palace to preserve the legacy of Okomfo Anoche. The descendants of the priest are worried his works will dissipate in the history books if not properly documented. All right, this is News at 10. Those are the major headlines making rounds today in the country, and I will bring you details of some of them. We've also lined up a few interviews, especially on issues regarding agriculture and the impact it might have on us as a country or as a people. But before we go into that, though, some elders of the Anoche royal family at Ewukugwa Ekuapem want an effective collaboration with the Menchia Palace to preserve the legacy of Okomfo Anoche. The descendants of the priest are worried his works will dissipate in the history books if not properly documented.
Okomfo Anoche was born in the late 1600s in Ewukugwa Ekuapem in the eastern region. His father, Ano, hailed from Ewukugwa and from the Ayade tribe. His mother, Ya Anobia, was from Asante Aguna in the Ashanti region. Thus, Okomfo Anoche's link with the Ashanti kingdom. Here at the Noche Royal House, the team met family members who were deliberating on what should be done to preserve the legacy of Okomfo Anoche.
nana ɔte kokoso wɔtimi atutu nana ne mpabom abakrom ha abetra dampan ya yedini motimu sisi.
We have written several letters to Menchia Palace for audience to be granted us to meet the king to see how to forge ahead and preserve the legacy of Komfo Anokye. But we have not been successful so far. Currently at the birthplace of the greater Komfo Anokye, we are touring to find out exactly some of the legacies, things he's left behind. There's a pot here, and we understand it's over 300 years, and this was built by the great Komfo Anokye himself, where water is constantly in there. Nobody fills in the water, isn't it? But it's constantly in here, and they believe that it's for medicinal purposes. To me, can I get some of the water to see exactly what it is? But you're on board 3. Why did you hit it?
Call attention because I let say me be so 3 times.
So this water never gets finished. I mean, the more you feed, the more it is filled, and this is believed to be the work of Komfo Anokye. The family wants these artifacts and many others elsewhere in the country well preserved for posterity. From Ukugwa, Ikuapem, Nana Kwekuedia, TV3 News.
This is still news at 10 on TV3, and time now though for the big one. That story just went by. Nana Kwekuedia, my colleague, drinking that water that looks pretty chilled in a pot. If you lived in the village, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so we are going to do agricultural related stories now, and some agricultural researchers want sweet potato production and processing promoted as the next food security crop. They also believe the crop has has created job potentials and has quite a number of job potential in the value chain for production and export. The production of sweet potato in Ghana is less than 20% of targeted production levels, mainly hindered by perception that the crop is food for poor people. And that perception is what these production farmers or the agricultural researchers want change. They want that perception to change. And we've been joined on the line by Dr. Putri Enawati Abedin. She is project manager at the International Potato Center, CIP. And I would want to put a few questions to her with regard to how, as a nation, we can shift our attention to making potato a natural. What they want to call it is that we should make it the next cash crop, or crop that can produce jobs along the value chain. And that is what I would want to find out from her, what she thinks as a nation we can do. So the story is that Ghana's agricultural researchers want sweet potato production and processing promoted as the next food security crop. And we've been joined by Dr. Putri Enawati Abedin, project manager at the International Potato Center, CIP. Good evening, madam. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening.
All right, to start with, like the perception is, potato is not really the kind of crop that you'd see all around us and cannot be given that much attention, for instance, like cocoa and other cash crops. So it's something we just plant in our backyard, it grows, we eat, and that's it. But why would you say we should pay attention to it and that it can create jobs?
Yes. Sweet potato actually is a crop for people in sub-Saharan Africa. And we would like to bring back the sweet potato into the people because it has so many potential to be developed. And we would like to introduce, let's say, orange flesh sweet potato. Okay. It has vitamin A, beta carotene. This provitamin A is very important for our body, and especially for the children under 5 years old for combating vitamin A deficiency. Meanwhile, the sweet potato has many benefits out of that. For example, vitamin B, C, K, E, and also it's very good for energy for people. So by promoting this sweet potato and using orange sweet potato is our entry point. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, so clearly you are looking at the nutritional value of the sweet potato, but how common is it, here in Ghana? You are with the International Potato Center. In Ghana, how common is the sweet potato, and specifically the orange type?
Yeah. Before that, sweet potato in Ghana, the orange type, any sweet potato, it was food for poor people. And also there is a myth that men cannot eat sweet potato because it's not good for them. But then this mind we need to change. So by introducing various products, processed products, like for example bread, the golden orange sweet potato bread, gari. Even we can put sweet potato 50% out of 50% cassava and 50% sweet potato. And then also we bring, we touch the heart of Ghanaian from the food. For example, palafa sauce. Yeah, we can put leaves of sweet potato there. Poto-poto.
Yeah.
And also we can use sweet potato in poto-poto. Even we can make juice out of the roots. We can make juice out of the vines, yeah. And also we can make many variations like kenke or other type of food.
Is it difficult to grow, and can it grow in any part of the country?
Yes, this is just normal sweet potato. So you can grow in the very limit, let's say, soil moistures. Once the vines are developed, and sweet potato can grow in the little soil moisture.
Okay.
And this also very good for example, in the marginal areas where the crop cannot be grown, but sweet potato can be grown very well.
Okay. And we would want to leave it here for now, but how is this campaign going? And have you started a national campaign to draw people's attention to these values you have talked about?
Yes. First of all, we are doing a campaign or reach the chief, the leaders of the community. And we also try to approach the politicians, world leaders, as well as policymakers. And we are lucky, Ghana is lucky, because Mrs. Nan Annan and His Excellency Kofi Annan are they really like sweet potato, the orange sweet potato, and they are our promoters. Very important promoters, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for making time to speak with us on this particular story. We've been speaking with Dr. Putri Enawati Abdeen. She is the project coordinator, project manager at the International Potato Center, saying that we should try to make sweet potato the next major crop that we as a country can benefit from. And we'll see how it unfolds in the coming days. This is still News at 10. We'll be back with more. Stay with us. Thank you very much for staying with TV3. This is News at 10, and we go to our next big story. So, the destruction of crops by herds of cattle has over the years generated mistrust and sometimes clashes between communities and the cattle farmers from Agogo in the Ashanti region to the Afram Plains in the eastern region to some parts of the northern, upper east and upper west regions, as well as the Volta region. The issue of herdsmen and communities clashing has raised several security concerns. There have also been calls on governments, past and present, and then also Peasant Farmers Association and the Ghana National Association of Cattle Farmers for the need to pass the cattle ranching bill to help curb the perennial confrontation between host communities and cattle herders. Well, the issue has come up again as the Ghana National Association of Cattle Farmers has pledged its commitment to support government and the security agencies to bring lasting solution to the transhuman conflicts between nomadic Fulani herdsmen and crop farmers in the country. So we are even told about some schools having to close down because of activities of cattle and Fulani herdsmen and their animals, causing some level of distraction and havoc in certain schools, and because of that they've had to close down the schools. I mean, the havoc seemed to be incessant and never ending. We want to go to the phone lines now and speak to the Ghana National Association of Cattle Farmers, and their president has joined us on the night, the national chairman, I mean Imam Hanafi Sunday. He is currently based in the northern region and has joined us to throw more light on this. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for joining us on News at 10.
Thank you very much.
How worried how worried is your association about the issue of frequent clashes between communities and cattle herders?
Well, thank you very much, especially in regard to listeners and viewers. A little correction there. I don't base in the northern region. Right away, I'm here, but I base in Accra. But I'm in the northern region now, specifically Tamale. Thank you very much. I think the issue, as we all know, is something that is not strange at all when we're talking about it. And then we just like to applaud the new government. I think the Ministries of Food and Agriculture and the National Security have set up a committee known as Ghana Cattle Ranching Project Committee, which we are sure that in collaboration with the Ghana Cattle Farmers Association, we shall bring a positive change to this problem that we are confronting between the crop farmers and the cattle farmers in the country.
Like you mentioned, it is an age-old problem. What are the solutions you are going to proffer to at least curb it or reduce it drastically, the conflict between?
Well, I think we've tried a lot, and then sensitizations has taken place, and a lot of sacrifices has been made. But we are looking at it to be, when we talk about everlasting solution, I think when we had a sitting with the ministry, the two ministers talked about how to be able to get the everlasting solution is to be able to get grazing reserves across the regions, so that at least the cattle farmers will know where they belong to, and the crop farmers will also know where they belong to. So that, we think, shall be the everlasting solution, which the incumbent government is backing on now.
So how soon are we likely to see some action in this regard, so it doesn't become yet another talk shop? How soon are you likely to roll out your plans?
Well, I cannot say much, but I'm very sure that this very committee is on its feet and then being directed by two ministers, very able ministers. And then I, representing the Ghana National Association of Cattle Farmers in the committee, I'm sure that what we've put together is enough to be able to bring the positive changes we are looking at. positive changes of the cattle sector. I think the committee is not looking at only the conflict, but also the development of the cattle sector as well. So I'm 100% sure that if we are able to implement what I think has been drafted down, if it is accepted and implemented, I'm 100% sure that it's going to be a very positive change, and then this conflict issue will come an issue of past.
Okay. All right. We'll have to leave it here for now, but thank you for making time to speak with us, Imam Hanafi Sunday. He is the chairman of the National Association of the Cattle Farmers here in Ghana, pledging their support to government to end the nomadic conflict with communities or their host communities. And so we'll keep an eye on it. This has been an age-old back and forth. So when the solutions are being rolled out, we'll keep an eye on it and let you also know how this problem is being nipped in the bud. Let's do entertainment now. I love entertainment. And dancehall star Shatta Wale was crowned the finest performer at the 2017 Ghana Meet Niger concert. TV3's Owusu Warai brings us the major highlights of the night.
The anticipation was high ahead of the show.
This is my first time coming to a Ghana Meets Nigeria show. The main reason I'm here is to see Davido from Nigeria representing.
Shatta Wale is the main figure bites and megabytes, without joke.
The finest of showstoppers from Ghana and Nigeria faced off to decide who rules the other musically. An impressive show by actor turned singer Kwejon Kansa Lil Wayne, backed by Akrobeto, was a good enough curtain raiser to set the ball rolling. Kid DJ Switch didn't disappoint. Nigeria's fowls, and especially Tiwa Savage, were a delight to watch, showing energy and top-class creativity. And oh, Shatta Wale had a rather stunning opening act, showing him as dying patient with nurses trying to resuscitate him. Next was a real fun time with the dancehall king. His show saw two other highlights, inviting his baby mama, Shatta Michi, perform low tempo. Of course, he thrilled patrons performing his 2017 banger, Taking Over. Wait a minute, was that Sergeant Lee? Ahead of his performance, Davido told TV3 Entertainment he is in Ghana to party and have fun with his fans.
I'm just here to have a good time with my fans, really just, Ghana is always home for me.
And the If composer indeed had fun. Shatta Wale was, however, crowned the finest performer for the night.
Yes, my expectation was met. I was expecting it to jam and everything, and everybody nailed it, from Tiwa Savage to B4 Bona to Shatta Wale to Davido. It was massive.
It was very crowded. But when Shatta came in, they didn't mind. They were all having fun and dancing because it's Shatta Wale.
It's one of the best so far. Like, I've been watching on TV, but I was here this time, and Shatta Wale, starting from Lil Wayne, right? He stole the show. Shatta Wale crowned it. Davido did well, but Shatta Wale was the best.
and TV3, we are always in a comfortable lead when it comes to news and entertainment. And fortunately, that is how we wrap the bulletin up. My name is Martin Esedudati. Thank you very much for watching. You should visit 3news.com. That's our website. It's got a lot of stories for you. Do have a good evening, and as always, stay positive. Bye for now.